Alright, what's going on, everybody? We are getting right back into it. Let's go save Yamcha! So, I mentioned a couple of episodes back, this is the same session, by the way. I mentioned a couple of episodes back that I did ask my Twitter, or people on Twitter, the people who follow me on Twitter, if there's anything that they want me to talk about on this episode, or on these episodes. I got a few interesting things, but I kind of already, and a couple of them are just from friends, so I will try to answer those here. Okay, let's see. See, his voice is cool. Imagine that, because Yamcha, you're so weak, we would think you were dead. And why is Goku already in Super Saiyan? There he is. Where's Tien? Tien's on my team. I guess they're just focusing on Goku and Krillin in this one. Alright, so shout out to Ricky, one of my fellow tech reviewers in the space. Ricky out there asked, where can I find Baby Coke? Alright, so there's a bit of a story here. A few months ago, I went to China to hang out with one of the phone companies that was out there, and they took us out for a lot of really heavy like meals and dinners, and that's kind of what happens when you travel with like a Chinese company in general, because they bring you to a bunch of places that have those Lazy Susan tables, which is which is fine. It's just kind of funny because it means that they fit as much food as possible on there. And you know, if anyone out there, if you eat Chinese food, you probably know what I'm talking about when I say that they're heavy foods. Destructive? No. You know what I mean when they say that it's heavy food, and that's what we had like for freaking like lunch, dinner, everything. Oh, Tien's a little slow. Whoa. A little much. Okay. Anyway, and especially for foreigners, it's obviously a little bit. Oh, let's watch this real quick. That's the move. Yes. That's the move. Tien's move is so cool. It's just such a simple. It's such a simple like motion for that character to do. In any case, so we had a lot of that food, and it was just so funny because a lot of the people at the table, other like Western journalists and YouTubers, I suppose you could say some of them were, they obviously are not all that familiar with what the foods actually are, so they're constantly asking questions, and they're constantly wondering whether or not they want to eat some of the stuff that's on the table. And at one point they brought out this dish that was obviously bird, but they were saying like, no, that's not just duck, that's baby duck. And then another thing came out, and it was like, oh, that's baby pig feet or something like that. And at some point I was just joking around, as I usually do on these trips, because I'm just a weirdo like that sometimes. I kind of picked up my glass, and I'm like, hey, can I get a baby Coke? And like, it made him really crack up. So Ricky, thank you for bringing up that memory. Oh man, that was so much fun. It was a fun trip, but we, it was sometimes these trips, even though I get the luxury of being able to travel a lot because of my job, it does get tiring from time. It does get pretty tiring, and I'm not to say that I'm not ungrateful. I'm very grateful for all of that, and I'm not trying to make anybody else feel like, oh well, you get to travel in general, so like you shouldn't even be complaining. I get it. I'm still allowed to say that it's a tiring process. Like, traveling a lot is great. It's fun, but it also kind of takes a toll on your health. Sometimes you need to like chill out and go back home and just chill out. Anyway, let's see what Yamcha's up to. So if I'm not mistaken, Yamcha was more of a Dragon Ball character. He kind of went by way of Gohan, I suppose, where in Dragon Ball Z, an older Yamcha became like the butt of a joke, or maybe a little bit too silly, a little bit too over the top for his own good. Yeah, I retired a while back. That doesn't mean we don't want you to not be there. Or that doesn't mean we don't want you there. What? You're already wearing your gi. So how practical is Goku? I mean, come on.
大歓迎ですよ。それにクリリンだってちゃんと叩けてんだ。大丈夫だって。クリリンだってって。何気に失礼だろ。
And that's the thing, you know, Goku doesn't mean it. He's not trying to be mean. He's just he's a goof. All right, so I don't know. Maybe I should leave this one off for the next one. I'm gonna focus on getting past these. Oh, whoops! I'm gonna focus on getting these spots done. Let's see. Where am I on the time with this video so far? I actually, okay, so I guess I did not actually do a whole lot yet. So let's go ahead and get through these for now. I'll reminisce a little bit about that kind of travel. Let's talk about travel a little bit, actually. I think I want to do that. Oh, hold on. Oh, I forgot. It's uses Z assist. Yeah. Oops, wrong one. There you go. Let's use that one, and then perform a Z change. That's fine. Quick Z change brings you in. Oops. There you go. La la la. Alright, get your opponent to switch and go. Okay, let's get one more done. Okay, now we can go have some fun with this. Boom. Alright. Kamehameha, I just love that. That's just so cool. Ha! I love it! Okay, TN is fun. Okay, so speaking of the travel, I get a lot of questions about travel, like what places I've gone to. I mean, Lord knows my family tends to really ask me those questions as well, because they want to know, like, you know, what places I've been to, so that if we do family vacations, we know that we probably shouldn't be going to a place that I've been to before. Bam! Into the building. I've been to a lot of places, and I mentioned China earlier because of the story that I was giving. I've been to China a lot of times. I'm pretty familiar with China in general at this point, and Beijing is typically where I end up going because that's where a lot of the phone launches are. So I've been working in the mobile tech industry for over 5 years now, which is a long time, and obviously that means that I get to hang out with phone companies a lot, and Chinese phone companies, like, they're the ones who really like to, I don't know if they like it, maybe I shouldn't put that word in their mouth, but they are the ones who are more often than not going to pay for people to come out so that they can cover their products. I've made a lot of friends in China in particular at these companies, so whenever we go, it's not just about the product, it's not just about the work, which is kind of my big thing. I always remind everybody, like, remember to kind of, like, be appreciative of where you are and not just think of it as, like, the work all the time. And when you're able to do that, it makes it so that the trip is not just you having to go somewhere because work dictates it. As a matter of fact, it becomes a lot more important to, like, make connections and all that are outside of just... Hold on real quick. I'm having too much fun with Tien right now. Oh, that was just so good. It makes it so that in those moments, like, you know, you're there to do the work, you're going to get your work done, and that's awesome, but you're also going to make connections for networking, that's also work related, but it's also good to make friends in places because you never know when you're going to see them again, and you want to be able to spend the time with all the people who are around you, even if they are, in some cases, your quote-unquote competitors, or if they are, in some way, just people that you work around or work with. So that's the reason why I've made a lot of friends in all these different places. And then, of course, on top of that, there are all of these. Different shows that we go to. I'm going to have to make sure assist fill rate increases the rate at which the assist gauge fills. I want that or the key charge. Okay, let's do that. Let's just have a level 1 key charge already. On top of that, there are all of the other shows that we end up going to, like the big trade shows. One is actually coming up pretty soon, and it's Mobile World Congress. And that's where a lot of the big announcements happen, like typically, I'm not saying that they are going to happen, but typically, There are Samsung announcements, LG announcements. These days I get really excited for BlackBerry announcements because they're back in force. And the next version of their keyboard enabled, or rather their phone that has a keyboard, I can't wait for that. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, whoa. So going into... Okay, here we go. The Red Ribbon Army. Filipinos out there, Red Ribbon. Aw, thank you, Goku. Okay. Yeah, so Mobile World Congress is coming up. I'm going to have to remember to record a lot of stuff to make sure that during Mobile World Congress, because I'm going to be there for like... Ooh, I might be there for like a solid 2 weeks. I just got to remember to have stuff ready to be able to have content going up at all times. 18 stronger than you, right? I mean, Android 18 is pretty insane. It's an Android that was made to be strong. You don't have to put it so bluntly. Uh-oh. That's because it's Cell. Feels a bit smaller. That's weird. Oh, I skipped it again. This really feels like I'm watching an episode. That's exactly what Krillin said. All right, there we go. What are some other ones? So obviously CES happened a month ago, and my recovery after CES took a while because I really wanted to get going on JV as much as possible. By the way, you might be noticing, I finally got a logo for the channel. And I also got a gaming logo. Hopefully I'm using that right now. It's basically just an 8-bit version of the original logo. So I want to give a quick shout out to Nim Tabil Designs. Tabile? But anyway, he's one of my classmates at my martial arts academy that I go to. And oh, here's a point. Oh, 18's there. Uh-oh. Excuse me? Oh, okay, so they are married. Cool. Oh. Oh, well, here we go. Wait, does this mean am I going to be fighting right now? Well, did anyone notice that it's always the 4-star Dragon Ball down on the bottom left? I might be wrong, but I keep noticing it. In any case, CES, that was last month. MWC is in a couple of weeks. There is a lot of travel inside of the US to go to places like New York for a lot of launches. San Francisco, I go to quite a bit, even though I'm not the biggest fan of San Francisco, and I'll talk about that some other time. Noseless sidekick. I always did want another go at you. That's the thing about Goku. He always just wants to keep fighting the people that he's fought and have had insane battles with. That's the kind of voice they always give villains in these animes, huh? That's not the you monster. That's not what he said. You gotta give them some credit. They left like full language of the Japanese version in here. I'm not gonna say what he said because it'll demonetize my video. He basically said like damn, but there's no worse word than that. I'm sure you can surmise. What did Cell sound like in the English version? I forget.
く巡ってきたと喜ぶべきか。
すみません。誰だかわかりませんが、18号さんのことをお願いします。
Don't give her to a stranger. What's wrong with you? You should never do that.
俺はセルを倒してくるんで。
私を倒すだと。18号。
Even Cell knows that they're married, or even like mentions it, I should say.
おめえの勝手な相手じゃねえ。おめえさん一人守れずに夫を名乗れるかよ。
I mean, he's still the husband. You gotta give Krillin credit though. He wants to try.
随分と強気だな。
当たり前だ。相手が誰だろうと、18号さんを傷つける奴は許さない。
Give him some credit. All right, here we go. Unless it's just going to show Cell beating the crap out of Krillin. Okay, here we go. Anyway, the last big show that we tend to go to is out in Berlin. Any of you out there who know me because of the tech work that I've done, you're familiar with this, so there really isn't a whole lot of point to me saying this. But for anyone who's always been curious, that's what we're doing. Oh, but this is a battle tutorial? I'm fighting Cell and it's a battle tutorial. Okay, I'm a little bit disappointed. Do a high jump. Alright. Oh, there you go. I guess I can defeat him now. And then just go up. Take him out that way. While he's down, get some levels. You know what? Let's give Krillin the Please work. Yes, it worked. Yay. Give Krillin his due, you know. Yeah, there you go. Victory. Krillin, you protected your wife. Nice. Okay, let's go through this cutscene and then we can call it on this video. There is one trip that I want to make again, speaking of trade shows in particular, there is one trip that I want to be able to make that I haven't been able to in a while. A couple years ago, I had the distinct honor of going to South by Southwest. Now, the reason why I say distinct honor is because we have always known South by Southwest to be like one huge, amazing, and fun party. But as a tech person, you just don't really think of like being able to go there as a press person. So that's certain you idiots will learn the error of your ways. Whoa, I forgot about Solar Flare. Anyway, South by Southwest was way fun. And Austin, Texas is a wonderful place. There's also a show out in New Orleans that I've been hearing about a little bit, and I kind of want to go. But if I'm being honest, I really want to go to WrestleMania in New Orleans. That should be this year. This year's WrestleMania's, and yeah, it is in New Orleans.
お医者様に見てもらわないと詳しいことはわからないですけど。
そうですか。18号さんをかばってくれてありがとうございました。
いえ、こちらこそ助かりました。
Uh-oh. The moment any random character talks about how strong one of the Dragon Ball Z characters are, it always spells trouble.
波動の影響下であそこまで力が発揮できるとは。
波動？なんか知ってんのか？もしよかったら18号さんに何があったのか教えてもらえませんか？
Oh, it's about to happen.
絶対にカメハウスから出るなって言っておいたのに。
Okay, I'm not too, I don't know about that line.
わかりました。実は私、レッドリボン軍に雇われていた研究員なんです。
Hello. Red Ribbon. Oh, that's what they were called. Red Ribbon Army.
18号さんは波動で意識を失ったところを軍によってさらわれたのだと思います。何のためにさらわれたのかまではわかりませんが。
That girl's got big hair.
もしかしてクローンが出現したり セルたちが復活した原因は？
はい、すべて軍の仕業です。私は波動によって戦士の気を抑え、他の人間を憑依させる研究をしていました。
Oh wow, this is actually a pretty good story, one that actually fits in a game like this.
技術というもので、つい先日完成したばかりなんです。ですが、軍の目的が全宇宙の掌握だと知り、私は怖くなって逃げ出しました。18号さんとは逃走中に知り合い、一緒に逃げることになったんです。
This reminds me, do you remember that move that she had in the Android 18, that is? Remember that move that we used to make this joke all the time, the Super Nintendo fighting game? One of Android 18's moves is it's like a one-hand blast, and it's like a ball. But she says like, soda, and we're like, she's giving you soda, man.
途中でセルと遭遇して、18号さんが犠牲に。
She has very long arms to be able to do that.
わかんねえけど。
Her hands are huge.
つまりレッドリボン軍が悪さしよう
The Red Ribbon Army, do they make like cakes and breads and coffees and stuff? I'm sorry, that's such a dumb joke. But my Filipinos out there who are watching this are probably chuckling a little bit.
お願いです。レッドリボン軍を止めてください。
もちろんです。二度と悪さをできないよう組織を。
Speaking of bad jokes, Krillin just made one too. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and leave it at that. I've been playing for quite a while, and it's been really fun. So I think I might be able to call it on today's session of gaming. Maybe I'll come back and do some more. But thank you so much for watching. You've been watching all week, and I really appreciate you being here. Hit that like button. That way we know you guys really like this stuff, or I know that you guys like this stuff. Wow, my Android authority-ness came out for a second there. But also get into the comments down below and let me know how you guys feel about like travel and all that stuff. And just like Ricky did on my Twitter, if you are watching this and you're one of my friends, shout out to TK in particular. He's been commenting on my videos. I want to hear from you, so head down there, let me know how you feel, let me know what else you want me to talk about on these videos, and then of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're new here, thank you for sticking around. I got stuff coming out every single day, so thank you for watching. I'm gonna call it on this one, and remember, enjoy your tea, everybody.